Hey everyone, welcome back to Buick Outdoors. If you're new here, my name is Sheldon Marion, and today we're going to be doing a review on the Outbound Crystal 2 ice fishing tent. Alrighty guys, so to start this thing off, it's your typical pop-up tent here in the corner. I'll put up the video of me setting it up. I start with the roof, and then I go along the four walls and slowly get everything popped up. With this one here, on each wall there's a reflector there. On the zipper there's a small reflector there, and again reflector, you know, you get the idea. And then on the outside here they have these vents, and a lot like the other ones they have this little metal bar here. That's just to keep your vents open. That way there's continuous airflow if your vents on the inside are open. Same thing on this wall. So there's the vent. There's this little bar. You might be able to bend it around a bit, but yeah, it keeps that nice and open. You can kind of see it inside there a little bit. There is 4 windows, 1 on each wall. I'm gonna quickly run around here for you. They are made out of plastic. You can see most of them are hanging up pretty good. Some have cracked and broke. And honestly, I don't think that's any fault to the manufacturer. Just up here, it does get to like -40 some days. So I think what happened is it was sitting in the shed. It just got extremely cold one day, and it broke. That's what happens up here in this cold. But anyways, other than that, there is a little skirting that goes all the way around, and with that it's kind of your typical kind of 6 to 8 inch skirting. And also there's anchors on each corner as well, so you have 4 anchors. And yeah, with that all being said, we'll open up the door and we'll make our way inside. So one thing that you'll notice with this door here, that it is not very big. So for me, I'm around 5'8", 5'9" kind of thing. It's like a 4-foot door. So you have to duck a lot to get in. The problem with that is that in the bottom, just like almost every other tent, there's that little gap right there too. So when you're out ice fishing, you're typically kind of dressed up, right? You got your cold weather gear on. You're not as kind of flexible and nimble. So every once in a while when you're stepping into this thing, you have to duck and step at the same time. If you're wearing extremely insulated bibs or big boots, I've seen some people kind of get hung up, trip on the door, or they hit their head up top. And yeah, once in a while you kind of fall on your face, but it's kind of expected with a small tent. But anyways, we'll step inside here and we'll show you the inside. So I'm just gonna go ahead and Velcro this door here. Nice little Velcro strip. And again, there's a small door. So let's see, you really gotta bend down. And then with this thing, it is a much smaller tent. So like I was saying, I'm 5'9" even right in the middle. You can't really stand up, but there is pros and cons to that. With that, it doesn't take much to heat this tent up at all. I have my Big Buddy heater in here. I have my big chair in here. And even with just one person and this little bit of gear I have, it is comfortable for one person. I believe on the website it says that it's a 1 to 2 person tent. So you might run into some issues if you believe the 2-person rule. I'll show you here. So we got the door is still open. You have a little bit of room to fish here. You have the heater, and then you have me in the corner. So right here, all this space here, you have room to put your fishing hole there. You can have your fishing rod here, maybe your tackle box over in this area. But other than that, there's not a lot of room in here. So if you were trying to fit 2 people, you might run into an issue unless you really like the person and you don't want to have a heater. With heaters, they get extremely hot. If you touch them, good chance you're going to get burnt or whatever you're wearing is going to melt. Inside, you have these windows. They all Velcro shut. So you can take that, put the Velcro on there, and you can black it out. These windows are plastic. They also have Velcro straps, so you can take your windows out. And then there's your little pocket there. And those pockets are kind of industry standard kind of a thing. This one here, it is an uninsulated tent. Most uninsulated tents, you kind of get this happening, right? There's nothing you can do. Unfortunately, it's just kind of thinner stuff. But when you have the door shut, all the windows shut, it still gets plenty dark in here if you like that. And then also if you have all your windows open, it gets extremely light. One nice thing about a small tent like this, like I said, if you have a heater going, it takes nothing to heat this thing up. You can have this buddy heater on low, which I believe is 9,000 BTU. And you'll be in here pretty well with your jacket off and just your bibs, boots, and like a light sweater. And that's when it's like minus 20 kind of a thing. But other than that, one thing you might run into, and you'll see it as I'm setting this thing up, is that these walls, the way they're made, they kind of have they curve. They're not real straight. And I don't know why they designed it like that. Or if it's just because mine's been sitting in the cold for a while. But it can kind of be hard to set up, to be honest with you. I have another tent. It's a 7x13 woods tent. I'll put a little link up here and also put a link in the description below that you can watch on that one. And those poles, they're all straight, and it took me longer to set this one up than it did to set up my 7x13 woods tent. For whatever reason, this one just likes to fight you a little bit. But anyways, guys, this you have to get used to doing this a lot if you're using it, especially if you're getting in and out. And again, this door, so best thing I do, put my foot out, then I squeeze my shoulders and head out. And yeah, the door is a bit of a pain, but it's also a tiny tent. I don't quite remember the right dimensions for this, but I'll check out their website and I'll put it here on the screens so you guys can see it. And then I'll also get the latest price point for this tent as well, and I'll put it again right here on the screen so you can see it as well. And yeah, that's pretty well it, guys. It's just the simple 1 to 2 person pop-up tent. It's the Outbound Crystal 2. And if you're just getting into ice fishing, or you just want a small tent to go out by yourself, it's a good tent for the price point. It's not a great tent, but you get what you pay for. And if you just want to quickly grab something on the way out of town, why not? It keeps you nice and warm, keeps you out of the wind, and it'll keep you fishing for longer and hopefully catch more fish. But anyways, guys, I hope you liked this review. If you did, maybe hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave us a comment if you have this tent or one of the many others that come from Canadian Tire or ones from Cabela's. Let me know what you think about your tents. And yeah, I'd love to try some new ones out. Anyways, guys, again, make sure you like the video, leave us a comment or two, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you on the next one.